Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, and welcome back for another edition of Lights, Camera, Rant, where we look into the latest news and we get into reviews, which this particular episode, we are going to be reviewing the latest episode of She-Hulk. Now, you're probably wondering, hey Lee, why aren't you reviewing the last episode of Andor? Well, actually, I had the absolute pleasure of jumping over to Star Wars podcast and did an episode with Michael all about Star Wars Andor. It's the latest episode, episode 4. So if you haven't already, please go check that out. It was a great discussion. We really broke everything scene by scene, and it was just a good time. So definitely, please go check out him for the latest update on Star Wars Andor, which short version of it, loved it, needs to keep going. Scary the fact that this is episode 4 already, even though last day dropped last week, but still going strong, and there was still so much Star Wars lore from the episode of just like a little bit tidbits here and there that I'm just like, I need to watch this and I need to have Wikipedia up at the same time to try and match everything. But it was a great discussion. Please go check that out. And what we have had. What a week. So, there's stuff about Blade, there's stuff about E3, there's stuff about some video games. But look, I'm not going to delay any further. Holy shit. Holy shit. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Hugh Jackman is returning as Wolverine, and he's going to be in Deadpool 3. We got a release date for Deadpool 3. If anyone had seen me on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, I lost my mind. I couldn't believe it. Like, he's going to come back. He's coming back. I would have predicted that he wouldn't. Maybe a cameo in Secret Wars just for a brief second, like Mr. Fantastic, but not actually coming back for a movie. So, as you would have seen, Ryan Reynolds went onto his Instagram, his social media, posted a video, the fact of the progress of Deadpool 3, which he said, he's been struggling a little bit. It was a bit funny. But then Hugh Jackman walks behind him and he's like, hey, Hugh, how would you like to jump in and play Wolverine one more time? And Hugh Jackman goes, yeah, sure. Boom. In that instance, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds broke the internet. It was just new logo, a release date, Hugh Jackman's return. The theories go out the door. Like, how can we fathom this? Like, it's just insane to think about. I was so excited about it. And not only that, 24 hours removed, they did a follow-up video, which was still kind of funny, where they go, well, look, this is how we're going to interact Wolverine into the MCU. Music overlays, and you can't hear what they're saying at all. And they're like, anyone a lip reader around here? Anyone a lip reader? But yeah, if you've been living under a rock, Deadpool will be meeting Wolverine. It will be played by Hugh Jackman, and it's coming. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. 6th of the 9th, 2024. The same year we're getting Fantastic Four. It's just going to be insane type of movie. And I know Ryan Reynolds has been working on this for a while. Kevin Feige is God. God, if we look at Doctor Strange, we look at Spider-Man No Way Home. What is he going to pull out next? The fact that I just can't believe it. Hugh Jackman's returns Wolverine. Look, Logan was just an outstanding film, but I don't think it will ruin the legacy. Now, this is how I don't think it will ruin the legacy, because what the Wolverine we're going to see in Deadpool 3 will not be the same Wolverine. Because you remember, Deadpool has that time-traveling device you got from Cable, so he can get any Wolverine from any period of time. So it could be Wolverine from X-Men Days of Future Past, which to me makes more sense, right at the end, or for X-Men 3, X-Men Origins, but it won't be the same Logan. So that's how I feel like that story is going to keep intact. Even James Mangold even tweeted saying that, look, Logan is its own beast. Nothing is going to affect that. And he is just excited as every one of us to see these two on screen. Something we thought would never happen. I could never imagine this was going to happen. It was just going to be like one of those pipeline dreams. And the funny thing is, me saying this, we did get Tom Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland in the same movie last year. So, you know what? I can't. I've got no leg to stand on. But that would have to be one of the key biggest news in the last week. That I just still reeling in about the excitement and all the discussions to be had on that. But look, it's a long time away. We just got to anticipate what's going to happen and hopefully get some news. Guys, don't expect a trailer. Don't expect much at all. This is, we're like nearly 2 years removed. Actually, this month, probably 2 years removed before we'll actually get to see this movie. And then we're still a year and a half before we even see a trailer. But, will he wear the suit? How's he going to come in? Theories just piling up. Everything is just. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. The fact that, he's coming back. And it's going to be in the MCU. And most of all, who is going to appear in it? Will we get Daredevil? Will we get Spider-Man? Will we get She-Hulk? Will it be Hulk? Will it be Hawkeye? Miss Marvel? Who's going to appear in the film as well? Who's going to come back from the Deadpool franchise into this? Like, it's just composure. Have composure. But please tell me, guys. Please tell me you're excited in the comments and DM me. I just want to know, are you excited for this? But moving on, let's keep going. Current rumor right now, speaking of Daredevil, there is a rumor the fact that Daredevil will appear into Echo, the Disney Plus TV show that's coming out next year. Apparently, there will be flashbacks where Charlie Cox will be wearing the red suit. So for anyone who's missing the red suit, don't you worry. He looks like he'll be putting that doing back on. I hope he does. And I do hope Bullseye comes back as well for Daredevil Born Again. But yes, rumor is you will see the red suit back again. Moving on, Black Panther fans, actually any Marvel fan, I'm pretty excited about this. The movie is going to be clocking in at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Thank God. Thank God it's going to be that long. I feel like Thor 4 and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness have been so short. Even though it's 2 hours, I feel like it's not long enough and it's just cramming in too much. So I'm really glad of the fact that it's going 2 hours and 40 minutes, which makes it the longest MCU movie that is not an Avenger movie. That title was currently held by Spider-Man 3, but now that will go to Black Panther. But still continuing on Black Panther, I'm trying to say his name, Tenoch Huerta. I butchered that terribly. So bad. So he's the actor who's playing Namor. He's come forward and said that Namor will be a mutant. Now, this is only a handful of times we have heard that someone is a mutant in the MCU. Obviously, that we got Miss Marvel, we got Charles Xavier, and we also got the big guy from Black Widow that was in the prison cell that was doing the arm wrestle. Apparently, he has also come forward that he's a mutant. So there's only about 5 entries of the word even saying mutant in it. So that's going to be very interesting to see as well on how often that's going to be mentioned. The fact he is a mutant in the movie. You'd have to be something to swim underwater and breathe underwater like Aquaman. So, but yeah, he's come forward mutant straight off the bat. So very interesting to see that. I actually did so what I've been doing, if you haven't already seen, is every Sunday I've been doing a movie or TV challenge just to see what you guys think and get your feedback. Last week, we had Black Panther 2 versus Avatar 2 of who will be the box office king when it comes out. Guess who won? Unfortunately, Avatar did. Avatar won. However, as I'm recording this, it's only 52% to 48% that everyone had picked Avatar 2 will be the box office king. And one of the best comments that I saw in there that I thought, that I could see that being legit happening is that Avatar 2 will make more money than Black Panther. But on paper, critics, Black Panther 2 will be the better movie. I can see that happening. But you tell me, which one are you more excited for? Which one do you think will be better? And which one do you think will make more money? To me, I wanted to go to Black Panther because I feel like James Cameron's been sitting on the sequel for so long, and Avatar does not deserve the highest grossing movie of all time. That should go to Endgame. Straight off the bat. Endgame should be the highest grossing movie. Avatar 2, Avatar has just released up remastered edition, and it's re-released for the third time. So of course it's gonna be a highest grossing movie again. But I don't see Avatar. I don't see Avatar hitting that much. I don't. Avatar 2. I don't see it getting that. I see it making a decent amount of money, but not much. I see Top Gun still making more money than Avatar 2. But hey, message me. Tell me if I'm wrong. But look, moving on for video game news, for anyone who's big fans of E3, your prayers have been answered. E3 is returning to the Los Angeles Convention Center next year. The dates are for the 13th to the 16th. And they've said the fact they're going to be returning in a big way. That could mean anything of being a big way. Look, they said they're going to be using the entire space. So when they still have PlayStation, so how that's all going to work is anyone's guess. But they've made an announcement. E3 is coming back, so lock in your dates, guys, and get over there because I have no doubt they are going to try and do something really big. Because it's been nearly 3 years, and they lost PlayStation. And Sony. So they're gonna try something, or Xbox has got more room. Speaking of video games, for anyone who's a Silent Hill fan, now I do realize your prayers feel like they have been left on deaf ears because the last entry I think is 2014 or 2012. It's been reported that Korea has just rated a brand new Silent Hill game. No details at the moment. All the fact that it's been rated, so no title, no nothing. Which when it says it means rated, it means it's been submitted. They've checked it and they've given it MA or R or whatever rating, and that's it, ready for release or promotion. So it's been a very long time since we got a Silent Hill game. I remember when it was on PlayStation 1, scared the shit out of me. But yeah, like it's I know there's a lot of Silent Hill fans out there and they feel like they've just been like not gutted, but like it's been way to the wayside. 2014, that'd be 9 years, 8 or 9 years since the last entry, so it's well overdue. There's Twisted Metal, but yeah, hopefully, Twisted Silent Hill fans, your prayers will be answered very, very soon. Yeah, going back a little bit now. Unfortunately, I was really excited for this, but it's been delayed, and I understand why it's been delayed. But I was talking a couple of weeks ago about how I was really excited for Skull and Bones coming out, the new pirate game. Unfortunately, that has been delayed to the 9th of March, 2023. I was really excited for it, but I understand its original date was in the same week as God of War 5, God of War Ragnarok. And look, if they came out at the same time, no one will remember your game. It will go to the wayside. It will disappear. God of War Ragnarok is aiming to be the game of the year. So I understand why they've pushed it back. Kind of annoyed, but I get it. So for anyone who was really excited for that, you're gonna have to wait 4 to 5 months. But as soon as I saw the post, I thought, is anything not delayed? Like, honestly, like games, movies, you know, the building industry, because I mean, delay. Like, is anything not delayed? I'm just waiting now. I'm just expecting anything to be pushed back. But yes, that is unfortunately delayed. I digress. But moving on. For now, this one I don't take this as a grain of salt. It's reported that the Blade movie, Marvel's Blade movie, the director has left the project due to script issues. Apparently, the script was only 90 pages long, apparently, only 2 fight scenes, and apparently, it was really poor. Apparently, the actor Ali, I'm not going to try to say his first name because I've probably butchered that too. Apparently, he's very frustrated with the process, and apparently, there was only a couple of weeks before he was going into filming. I don't see that happening. So I think that's all complete bullshit. Yes, directors leave. We've seen that in Ant-Man. We've seen that in Doctor Strange. But no. I also saw a report that apparently Kevin Feige's been stretched too thin and he can't dabble in everything. And like, that might be true, but Batman's passion, drive, he wouldn't let something like this happen. And you're like, oh no, he might, we'll look at the show, like all that bullshit. But no, I don't see him doing that. You got to remember, which I think a lot of people do forget, he is a fan. He's a fan just like us. Yes, he's a businessman. Will go down in history as one of the best producers of all time. But he's a fan. When he produces these movies and they come out, he's just excited as you are. Interviews, he's just excited. He's just got the passion. He's the perfect person to be in that role. So, and that's what DC lacks. So I doubt that this is happening. I have no doubt the director's probably pulled out. I have no doubt that Ali's probably frustrated because of it because they're about to go filming, but I don't think that's the story of the script. The rumor is it's going to be based in the 1920s, so that makes sense because I don't think it'll be based in today because then where has Blade been the whole time? Where has been more vampires? Like where has been all that? So I have no doubt we could see it in the 1920s, like a period piece kind of film. But yes, there's the current news going around about Blade. It is not looking good. But let's look at the other side of the fence that is really good is Armor Wars. Armor Wars is going to be the Disney Plus show, which is going to be led by Don Cheadle, who plays Rhodey. He was going to be doing this series. Now, it was announced, but it didn't get mentioned at D23. It didn't get mentioned at Comic-Con, but it got mentioned at D23. Now it's still coming. Now the latest reports, it's turned into a movie. So this will be basically Iron Man 4. Because apparently as they wanted to do the story justice, and the best way they could do that was turn it into a movie, which sold. I will take that. I am down for that, for it to be a movie. So a report right now that Sam Rockwell will be returning to reprise his role as I can't remember, something's been Hammer. He'll be returning for the role to be bad guy at some point. I have no doubt. So he's coming to be in the role, and I'm taking my money. I'm for this to be a movie. I'm happy. I think it's well deserved that Don Cheadle gets his own movie. Yes, he would be the lead anchor in a Disney Plus show, but seeing it as a movie, sold. And I think is you can just call it Armor Wars. Everyone's going to know. Everyone's going to know what it's going to be about. Anyone who's a true fan is going to know what it's about. But even the casual fan, because it doesn't say Iron Man, it's going to pique their curiosity. So obviously, no release date. Currently, right now, we're looking at the end of 2023 to 2024 for it to come out. So there's a lot of space in 2024 for there to be more movies. So watch that space. But yeah, there's a movie, so I am absolutely down for that. For any Community fans, a brand new series and movie has been greenlit, which will appear on Peacock, the streaming service. No release date at this stage. But for any fans, Community is returning. So strap yourselves in and get ready for that. And that was, I have to say, that was the biggest news. Sorry, I almost forgot. Anyone who's playing Warner Brothers Multiverse game, guess who might be joining the game? Apparently, some hacker or nerd has gone deep into the game's files and found that there is possibly Mark Hamill's Joker will be joining the game. No release date, that has no confirmation, but judging by the files, apparently it looks to be that Mark Hamill will be returning as the Joker, which would be a perfect combination because Kevin Conroy is playing Batman, and they have a long history together. But that was, yeah, I'd say that is the biggest news in the past week. So let's move on to She-Hulk. So She-Hulk, we are up to episode 7 called The Retreat. I'm gonna be honest with you, when I was writing out the notes for this episode, I could not believe that I was writing episode 7. I feel like this just started. I like, where did all the time go? Like, shit. Like, I was, it just feels like it's just flown by, to be honest. And we've got 2 more weeks of She-Hulk. Daredevil is going to appear at one point. I have either next episode or last episode, he will be making an appearance. I did see someone say, "Oh, he's rumored to be in episode 8." I'm like, really? Really? That's great detective work. If he did not appear in episode 6 and 7, I guess he's going to appear in 8. And probably not 9 because 9's the final. So most likely he will appear in 8. Great detective work. Actually, no. The worst detective story I actually saw was I think it was IGN or one of the pages posted saying House of the Dragon is the most popular streaming TV series at the moment. I'm like, wow, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk the fact that House of Dragon is the most popular TV show? Oh my god. Wow, I did not see that coming. You're a great reporter. Props to you, sir. You must have really, really hard to make that post. Wow. But yeah, look, guys, my prediction next episode, he will not appear for episode 9. Hold me to it. I feel okay because the fact that from whatever happens in episode 8 will lead him going to Echo or Born Again. I'm so excited for Daredevil Born Again. Just so many episodes. It's going to be so good. But like She-Hulk, I said, this is called The Retreat. So what we see at the beginning of this episode is that we get a montage scene between Jennifer and Josh. I'm going to tell you right now, screw Josh. Josh is a dick. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I really have to say, I'm feeling really sorry for Jen. Just I just feel for her. So we get a montage of them going on multiple dates, all of them doing the whole love dating stuff, and then they obviously have a night of passion. In the morning, he goes MIA, and we're led to believe that maybe something has happened to him. Jennifer keeps texting him, no response, even when she's doing it at work, and she looks generally happy. She's happy because of the fact this guy liked her, as we believe, liked her for her being her, Jennifer, and not She-Hulk, not being the popular kid, essentially. And then Jennifer gets a phone call from Belunksy's parole officer that apparently his um, leg bracelet has gone off or malfunctioned. He is kind of freaking out, like he's saying he doesn't want to go by himself, so he wants her to come, and she really asked her to turn to the Hulk. He's even like, "Oh, what do you put your suit on?" And she's like, "You mean hulking out?" So we get to see Blonsky, and so they both go to this retreat. They go meet Blonsky, which he said that this is really weird. He wanted to go save his favorite chicken, and he went near the electric fence and got a shock. I think I would just let the chicken go and not touch an electric fence at all. Don't touch it. And then the parole officer fixes up. He dashes off as quickly as possible, straight out. And then Jennifer's talking to Blonsky, which we haven't seen him since episode 2 or 3. I think it's 2. And what happens is we do get Manbull and Manador fighting each other, which Manbull slams Manador onto Jennifer's Prius, which she comes up with one of the best lines saying, "How about you say sorry to my previous with money?" Which Manbull does apologize for. And when as soon as I saw Manbull, I was like, "Are you a mutant? Like, are you a mutant? Like, what are you?" And he says he's like a lab experiment gone wrong, and Mandor has a identity crisis where he's like, "I'm a swashbuckler," and Manbull's like, "That's not an occupation just because you have a sword." Um, so we get to introduce those characters. They're quite funny, and like one of the most obscure characters in the Marvel lore of comic books. And then Jennifer's trying to call the tow truck. There is no reception on Blansky's retreat. So we get her a montage trying to go everywhere on this property to get one bar. Because Blansky says, stay. She says no. She's trying to get the one bar, and as she's going, she goes into this hut where Blansky is sitting down and doing a discussion. There's Manbull, Manador, Porcupine Man, who doesn't take off his suit at all. And then we also get Sauron, who apparently is a vampire. Where they're doing round town, where they're talking about their feelings, talking about discussion. And as it's progressing, we do get to see that one of the wrecking crew from a few episodes ago that attacked Jen comes into the scene. Jen attacks him, which of course you would if someone tried to attack you with some special items. And then they go into another big discussion with Jen on her feelings and everything that happened with Josh, of the do's and don'ts. She texted him. She kept texting him after and said, "Oh, I miss you." And they said, "No, don't sound desperate." And then you got a really nice moment of Jen talking about how, she likes all the abilities of She-Hulk. She likes that, but she doesn't like that everyone wants her to be her. That no one cares about Jen. And I get that. You feel sorry for Jen a lot about that. You got all these abilities. You look great. They say look great. The characters, everyone pays attention to you, but when you're normal form, you just, it's no one cares. But the thing is, it's different compared to like Spider-Man, because no one knows your cigarette den, no one knows the Flip, as opposed to everyone knows who Jennifer and She-Hulk is. Everyone knows her identity straight away, so they already know they're not interested in Jen, which is, as I said, really sad for the character. But it was a good, heartwarming scene. Yes, this episode is a bit slower, which we do understand. I have no doubt that episode 8 and 9 is going to ramp up and start kicking down doors. And what we also get is that we get to see Porcupine Man take off his mask, and he stinks like shit. And by the way, all these characters, yes, are MCU lore. These characters all exist. And I do like how the fact that Sauron, or it was Manbull, was like, "Oh, don't mention my dad at all." And the fact that he's like, "Oh, who's your dad? Is it Blade? Is it Blade?" That's your first thing. So then, as that all progresses, Jen does a good group therapy session with everybody. As the tow truck comes, and then she gets to go back and says goodbye to everybody, which is really good. Now, this is the kicker. Right at the end, you get to see what happened to Josh. Josh scanned Jennifer's phone. He took her blood and takes a photo of her when she's half naked in the bed and starts smiling. And that's how the episode ends. So you find out Josh is the dick. And I was like, oh, of course she is. Of course he is. What can you do? I should have seen that coming. Actually, I saw a post of someone saying the worst people in the MCU, and he's one of them. And you really do feel sorry for, feel sorry for Jem, as I keep saying. But this episode, compared to what I said last week, how there was so much toxicity about this, it wasn't there as much. It just seemed to be people just like, oh, It was another normal episode. No Daredevil, so everyone was fine. It seemed to be that cameo around the end just really triggered everybody because that cameo with Daredevil, or that little teaser at the end. But no, I did not see as much toxicity this particular episode or after this episode dropped, which was really nice. But for me, CGI was on point. It was great seeing all these characters again, seeing different characters. Yes, it was a bit slow, but I wasn't bored. I'm still very engaged in the show. Still excited for episode 8 and 9 that are coming up. Can't wait to see her in her super suit because we haven't seen that as yet, even though she got that about 2 episodes ago. But overall, I'm still ready. I'm still going. I'm still enjoying it. I have not hit that point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. And I'm still enjoying this a whole lot more than Miss Marvel. I know I keep comparing to it, but that's the bar. I'm telling you, still enjoying this a whole lot more. But the fact that we get to see this side, I just keep thinking to myself, where are we going to see her appear again? Like, where is she going to pop up? In the next movie. So obviously she's not been announced in anything. All the movies that we're going to mention, all the TV shows, there is no mention that she will appear again, except for Kevin Feige saying she will be coming up. So we know she'll be definitely in Avengers movies. But where else is she going to pop up? Where is Hulk? When is Hulk going to come back? Hulk's going to come back, which we know he does, thanks to Mark Ruffalo posting the photo. But when does he come back? That's the question. But it's, you guys tell me, are you enjoying She-Hulk, or are you a bit bored of it now? Are you just weighing up? But no, I didn't find anything cringy in this episode either, which a lot of people have found. But overall, positive episode. Andor was positive. Rick and Morty. What a weird episode, Rick and Morty. Not as weird as Beth, but the Night People. Still really good Rick and Morty stuff. Loving it. Love Rick and Morty. Top Rick and Morty stuff. But very good. And I'm still ready for the rest of the season. Fantastic. And look, if you guys haven't already, if we haven't already seen it, but we're dropping a review for 2 Point Campus. We're making another video game review. I also like to congratulate Mark My Words. He's just become affiliated on Twitch. So go and check him out, please. Complete props, man. He's doing absolute grind. It was also his birthday this past weekend. So happy birthday to you, sir. And another shout out to Michael from Star Wars podcast. He did a review for us, and it was very humbling to see. And he also did a direct message as well, which I thank you to him again, because besides the Daredevil news, unfortunately, I was also in a car accident. Yeah, I was in a car accident. Got completely rear-ended in the ass. I know how that sounds. But unfortunately, my car, it will be going to mechanics. Kind of sucks. But look, it is what it is. Hopefully, it's not a write-off. But I was in a car accident. I'm all fine. Before you ask, I'm all fine. No, about the same time, I got that message from Michael, which appreciate it, man. You don't know how much I really need to hear that. At the time, it was only about 40 minutes removed. So, yeah, it was really good to hear that. Big week, and I do have some other news that I do want to share with you guys when it does become available. When it goes, but when I have a full confirmation, I can't wait to tell everybody about it. So excited. So watch this space. You never know what's going to happen around the corner. But look, guys, thank you very much for joining with me this episode. I hope you've enjoyed every single minute, as I always do. And tell me, are you excited for Daredevil? Do you think Blade's a bust? She-Hulk, Rick and Morty, you know what to do. And guys, as always, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.